Hey everybody, what's going on? It's me, Big41 Gaming here. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to have our 100% totally accurate playoff predictions. I'm going to go by the day they're going to happen and the time and kind of go from there. Give my honest opinion of probably what's going to happen during these playoff games and, go from there. Obviously, this is the most updated. I'm actually recording this after the Buffalo Bills actually beat the Miami Dolphins to get the 2 seed, and Miami will have Tyreek Hill back going to Arrowhead for the first time. We were supposed to have it in Germany. We were supposed to have it, and then it went to Germany, but now it's actually going to happen. But, anywho, first games first is going to be the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans on Saturday on NBC at 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central Time, and of course Pacific. I think it's like 1:30 or so. This one's probably going to be the tougher of the matchups here because it's very, kind of a toss-up either. I mean, you could go either way. The Texans are a very young team. Ryans is probably going to win Coach of the Year. C.J. Stroud's more than likely going to win Rookie of the Year. I feel like that's, 100% going to happen. The Texans they did lose Tank Dell, but Nico Collins really stepped up against the Colts. Who knows what's going to happen in this game? But Joe Flacco's been there before. Some of the Browns have been there before where they beat the Steelers in 2020. Some of them are still there, and they have that playoff experience that could probably set the pace against the Texans. So that's why I think I'm going to go with the Browns over the Texans in the first game of the playoffs. The defense is going to be key. If the defense can hold the Texans' offense, I feel like the Browns will easily take the win against the Houston Texans. Second game, and this one is going to be streamed exclusively on Peacock. We have the Miami Dolphins against the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs have had a lot of offensive struggles. They dropped the ball, especially with their wide receivers. Tyreek Hill will make his return to Arrowhead, so he'll be, amped up to play. I feel like the Chiefs, Arrowhead will be amped up to have Tyreek Hill back, so I feel like that's going to be very, very nice to have. But Miami just lost a ton of people to injury. It's all going to depend on if they have Waddle back, if they have Mostert back. I'm going to go into this saying that they're more than likely going to have them back, but I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be a multiple-week injury for both of them. They were both questionable, did not play this game, and that's probably more the reason why they lost to the Bills, because they only really had Tyreek Hill. They didn't do anything. But if they do play and Tyreek Hill is ready to go, I feel like they will. I mean, this already happened as well in Germany, where the Chiefs did take it 21-14. I don't think it's going to end up like that. I do still feel like the Chiefs are going to take it. They're at home. Arrowhead's definitely a tough place to play. Miami is not going to be used to the cold. It's going to be late January, or mid-January, excuse me. Honestly, it's going to be cold. It's going to be 0 degrees. Chance of snow. Tyreek Hill will have, somewhat of a no because he played multiple seasons with the Chiefs in Arrowhead in the cold. So he'll have, a couple easy ones with that. But I feel like the Chiefs do have the experience over the Dolphins, and I feel like that's really going to help them out, especially with the Chiefs' defense playing the way they are. Even with their backups, then they, do pretty well. So I think the Chiefs take it for game number 2 in the AFC, and both Saturday games are done. Next game on Saturday, the whole AFC will be done by, 3 o'clock on Sunday, or I guess 4 o'clock on Sunday. And then we'll get on to all the NFC. It's kind of weird because they usually flip-flop, like two games, and then the last ones. But anywho, the last game of the AFC is going to be the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Even though the Bills, again, lost a ton of people due to injury this game, I feel like they'll be back next week. The Steelers, I don't know what's going to be happening with their quarterback situation. They have a really good defense. TJ Watt will be out as well because he has a multi-week injury. Now, if they somehow upset the Bills, that'd be nice. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Bills easily take it. against the Steelers. I was kind of hoping that would be Miami and the Steelers, or it would be Miami Buffalo again. But I don't think Buffalo loses that game, especially at home. They'll have the home crowd. That'll definitely help them out. And we'll kind of just see from there. Of course, it all depends on the injuries. If Gabe Davis is back out there, I know they lost a couple people as well. But Von Miller more than likely will be out there. I know he was a healthy scratch the last couple games. And he, I think, played a little bit today. I don't know. The last time I saw him, he was wearing a cap, so who knows if he played or not. But anywho, first game for the NFC is going to be the 2-seed Cowboys against the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love has played very, very well the last couple of games. I think only throwing one interception in his last 8 games. So it's very, very good, and that's probably why they've won those games. The Cowboys, on the other hand, play very, very well at home. They did win on the road for one of the first times in a very long time. But I feel like that's going to help them out being at home compared to being on the road. They won't have to play too much on the road until they get to the 49ers, if they even get there. I'll get to that here in a minute. But Jordan Love hasn't really experienced playoff atmosphere, although technically today was a playoff game for him. If they lost, they went home. If they won, they're in, obviously. And they did win. So that helps them out a little bit. And plus, he learned a lot from Aaron Rodgers. But I think the Cowboys team is just a little bit too good, and especially playing at home. I think the Cowboys take it for the 3 o'clock game on Sunday. Now the Sunday night game between the Lions and the Rams, this one's going to be a good one. Matthew Stafford comes back home to Detroit to face the Lions. Who would have thought the Rams making the playoffs this year? I mean, Cooper Kupp's been good. Puka Nacua obviously has been fantastic out there, setting the rookie record for receptions and receiving yards today, I guess, because I'm technically recording it. It'll be tomorrow or yesterday by the time you guys are seeing this video. But the Lions did lose Sam Laporta, and that's a big, big loss for their offense. They did say it looked better than what it was, but I don't think it's going to be playing next week, especially, it's very, very, very risky to have someone go out there with a knee injury and maybe not wanting to, cause secondary damage or stuff like that for it. It's going to be tough because the Lions' home crowd is going to be ramped up. They'll be out there. They'll be screaming very, very loud, especially with their first home playoff game in a very, very, very long time. I was like, I don't think I remember, having the Lions having a home game ever in my lifetime. I could be wrong. I could be missing a year, but I'm not 100% sure. But I don't think it's going to be enough for the Rams, or enough for the Lions, excuse me. I think the Rams take it. They upset the Lions at home. Unfortunately, the Lions fans go home upset, but I think the Lions are going to be very, very good next year and have a very good shot at maybe even win the Super Bowl next year. Final game, the 6th and final game of the first round of the playoffs. We're going to have the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you would have told me the Philadelphia Eagles, after starting 10-1, would be the 5 seed going in the playoffs, I would have laughed, because there ain't no way they go 10-1 and then lose 5 of their last 6. But they did. So now we're here. If you gave me this, option, I would say, maybe the Eagles had like 2 losses and the Lions and, the Niners didn't lose anymore. And then, there'd be the 4 seed or something like that facing, the Bucs at 5 or, another team at 5. Or maybe they'd be like the 3 seed or the 2 seed or something like that. But the Eagles have fallen off a cliff. I know A.J. Brown went down with an injury. They didn't have Devonta Smith in the game. Jalen Hurts got hurt as well. So the Eagles they got rocked. And I think they will get back up. But their defense has not been good. And that's where they kind of, get help from, most of their team, too, is their defense. They're able to get them off the field and having Jalen Hurts run the football, run the tush push, and be able to get in the end zone with ease. That's their bread and butter. Obviously, hasn't happened in a while. But I still can't take the Bucs. The Bucs, they're gonna have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, But that division, man, I mean, just look right here. I mean, yeah, you won at 9-8, but the Saints were right behind you. The Saints were not good this year, and somehow we're above 500. The Bucks, again, weren't good for half the season, but they've kind of ramped it up here a little bit too. But I think the Eagles are just too good at skill positions to even, beat the Buccaneers. Now, obviously, we won't have the times for these because, they haven't happened yet. So we'll just kind of go one by one. We'll go with the 1 seeds first. We'll start in the NFC. Again, this is going to be a divisional matchup. We'll have 2 divisional matchups in the playoffs with the 49ers and the LA Rams. And I think, honestly, the Rams meet the buzzsaw. I think the 49ers are just pretty much one of the best teams in football. Obviously, I think the most all-around team is the Ravens, and this one's going to be a tough matchup, but we'll get into that in a minute. I think the Niners easily dismantle the Rams, although the Rams do play them well, but I still think playoff football is going to help out here as well. Niners got 2 weeks off. They could start out a little rusty, and that could help out the Rams. But they have the Niners have time to get healthy, and you never know what happens in this game. There could be some freak injury that happens. Not knock on wood, of course. You never want to see that. You never want to risk injury on anybody. But hypothetically, very well, anything is possible. But I think the Niners take it. Christian McCaffrey goes off. Debo Samuel goes off against the Rams. That's just my opinion. Another number 1 seed out in the AFC is going to be the Baltimore Ravens home against the Cleveland Browns. Now, Ravens, in my opinion, again, are the all-around great team heading into the playoffs. That's why they got the 1 seed. Their defense is insane. Their offense is, just look what they did against the Dolphins. They mollywopped them. They did lose Bradley. Again, Dolphins did lose Bradley Chubb, which hurts. But, man, it's the Browns, though. They did upset the Ravens. Again, that was with Deshaun Watson. Now they have Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco comes back home. So that's going to be a big thing. Joe Flacco is going to be amped up to play at Baltimore. He won't have Ray Lewis on the other side of him, of course. But it's going to be a tough matchup here against the Ravens and the Browns, especially with another divisional game. But again, with the Ravens, I feel like they take it over the Browns. Lamar's going to have a great game against the Browns defense. He knows what happened the last time, and he's going to want revenge for it. We'll get with the AFC first before we go to the NFC. We have the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes having his first road playoff game ever on the road against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. They always play each other very, very well, especially in the playoffs. I'm sorry, Bills fans, but 13 seconds happened. Again, that was at home. This is going to be on the road for the first time ever in Mahomes' career. This is the thing. The Chiefs play perfect football. They're going to win. The Chiefs' defense is too good to let up a bunch of points. They've only allowed 24 once this whole season against them. So if the Chiefs' offense can score more than 21 points, they're, I think, undefeated as well so far in this season when the Chiefs score over 21 points. So if the Chiefs, again, can play perfect football, they can win. I just don't see it happening. Kadarius Toney's going to drop a football. Someone's going to drop a football, and that's going to lead to a Buffalo Bills win at home against the Chiefs. Send Mahomes packing in his first road game, stopping him from getting the conference championship, and we'll have our first conference championship without the Chiefs in it in a good amount of time. Second game in the NFC, we're going to have another divisional round game with the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. If you gave me this matchup, early on in the season, I'd say flip it. Cowboys at home, Cowboys on the road, Eagles at home. But again, with the way the Eagles have done, and the Cowboys playing well, that's why the Eagles are here. And again, Cowboys at home, they are undefeated at home. They stay undefeated at home. It's going to be another tough game. but I feel like the Dallas Cowboys take it. I could see this one again is a flip-flop as well. The Eagles could take it, but you're still going to meet San Francisco on the road as well. So both 1 and 2 seeds will advance to the conference championship. Here, Buffalo, Baltimore. Again, I feel like Baltimore is the better team. They have the better defense, better offense. Sorry, Josh Allen. But, yeah, Baltimore, again, I mean, Buffalo will have to play absolutely perfect. No picks, no fumbles from Josh Allen. He throws one almost every game. So they can't have that against the Ravens. The Ravens will absolutely punish turnovers. But Ravens take it at home again. They have home field advantage. Again, it's going to be good for them. And they go to the Super Bowl 57 against. Now, here's where probably people are going to be pissed. The Dallas Cowboys are going to go into San Francisco and upset the San Francisco 49ers. Cowboys are looking to get the taste or the loss that they tasted early on in the season out of their mouth. They want to win, and they are going to get the win. I feel like the Cowboys will be running a high off beating the Philadelphia Eagles to where they face another rival, and they finally get the win on the road against San Francisco to finally get in the Super Bowl for the first time in Dak's career. And now for Super Bowl 57. We have the Baltimore Ravens, the number 1 seed in the AFC, and the Dallas Cowboys, the number 2 seed in the NFC. This one's tough, but I'm going to come back to it again and again and again. Baltimore is the most complete team in the NFL this season. Again, they could have rust facing the Cleveland Browns. The Browns could take it. Who knows? You never know what could happen in that game, especially with 3 weeks off. But being the most complete team is really going to help out, especially in the playoffs. And that's why they're going to take the Super Bowl over the Dallas Cowboys, winning Super Bowl 57. And, going to be the just being able to. Oh no, this is 58. I don't know why it says 57 there. It should be Super Bowl 58. I don't know why it's using the old one, but here we are. I just now noticed that. I was like, I don't know, it's 57. The Chiefs won 57. But yeah, that should be 58. But yeah, so again, February 11th, Super Bowl. Ravens will take it over the Cowboys. Again, Ravens being the most complete team. Defense is going to cause, a bunch of issues with Dak and the offensive line. I bet you they get 3 to 4 sacks that game and cause, 2 interceptions on Dak in the Super Bowl, and they're going to run away with the Super Bowl as well against the Dallas, especially on the Dallas defense where they don't do well against the run. And yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Write a comment down below what you guys think will happen and what picks I got wrong. If you think the Chiefs are going to go all the way, hope so, but probably not going to happen. Or if you think the Lions are going to win against the Rams and eventually go into Dallas again. But hope you guys enjoyed. Again, leave a like down below as well if you guys liked the video. And subscribe if you're new. Really helps out the channel and lets you know when videos like this go live. So yeah, I appreciate everyone for hanging on out. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm out. Peace.